Hey, how are you?
Hi, Anthony. Yay! How's it going?
Going good, in spite of what's happening in the world.
Man, it's
Yeah,
a fool out here. This it's really, really something.
yeah,
Um, and it's like low key hard to stay motivated every day. Like you wake up and it's something new
yeah.
every morning.
Every single morning, and it's crazy, man. Like here we are. We should be the Jetsons by now,
We
floating
should be.
around, and you know what I mean? Like 2020. Like there's no need to be going back.
It's outrageous. Now,
Yeah,
Anthony, as a black man, let's just start right off the top then, since you're trying to go there. As a black man in the music business, how are you coping with everything that's going on, and how has it inspired you to, be creative during this time to kind of emote?
just knowing that I gotta have a purpose.
Hmm.
Music is my purpose. Healing is my purpose. So I keep that in the forefront. And I got little kids, so I have to stay motivated to keep the right spirit in the house
Right.
and instill that spirit in them. But being creative, doing online shows, going to a studio
Hmm.
that's pretty quarantined and pretty clean,
Hmm.
doing a lot of interviews and stuff like this, talking to people. So it motivates you to keep fighting the good fight and putting the good energy out there and just
Hmm.
being available for other people.
And so, what's the conversations like, with your children, because you have sons?
Yeah, I have six.
Hello, somebody. What are we saying to these babies?
To my older three, get home safely. Don't let your ego get you in a situation that wisdom can, keep you from. Use
Hmm.
wisdom, be smart, stand as a man. Don't hold your head down and tuck your tail for nobody, but be
Hmm.
wise though, because evil is tricky. Evil is tricky. So see evil for what it is
Hmm.
and maneuver accordingly. But get home safely, and then we'll talk about the rest. We'll fix it
Right,
after.
man.
You know what I
That
mean?
ego thing is a big deal because, sometimes people don't even know that they have an ego until it's actually tested. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
And then they don't, by that time, they don't know how to control it, and they don't know where to, curtail it or curate
Hmm.
it around what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So that's the scary part. I have two sons, and a
Yeah.
husband, and I worry about them all the time. Just based on because at right now you just be walking along, minding your own business.
That's it, man. And it's so crazy. Like, you know, I remember reading the stories and hearing about stuff and seeing movies about back in the '60s and you
Hmm.
know early '70s, late, back in those days when things were really really bad. And
Hmm.
it's just been covered up. It's never gone anywhere. We had a moment
Yeah.
where it lied dormant and things were
Hmm.
done that you didn't know, but it's never really went anywhere. I think
Yeah.
the fact that they see us less than allows them to see us as not humans, but as things, objects. I see better treatment
Hmm.
for animals. You
It's
know,
sad.
yeah. So
It's really something. Um, you know what? Even though we are just inundated with all the things that are going on, I
mhm.
still, I'm glad to talk to you today because you have new music out.
Yeah,
And for me, having new music out in this time, in this moment, is especially important. And I love how this single, Back Together, is it Back
yeah.
Together again or Back Together? It's
Back
Back
together.
Together.
Yeah,
Okay,
back
back
together.
to, I just
Yeah.
I just listened to it, and I love how you infuse just what you're talking about, some of the old school, you know what I'm saying, with
Hmm.
Rick James, and then you kind of use that energy and brought that to the forefront, which is basically what you just got finished talking about, as far as that the pain that we've endured as a people has always really been there, but it has just been suppressed.
Yeah.
So what what was the reasoning for you to go back into, now your voice is already there, your voice stay down to the history books, but what inspired you to go back into Rick James and bring that energy forward, even with the cover, it's still
Yeah.
it's very vintage. So what inspired you to go that route with this new single, which is dope, by the way? I actually
Thank
love
you. Thank you. You know what? Ninth Wonder was playing this music. I was about to leave the studio. We had recorded about three songs already. It was about
it. Hmm.
2:30 in the morning.
Hmm.
Then he started playing Fire Desire, and
Yes. My
I put my
jam.
backpack down, and I went in the booth and I freestyled the first part of the lyrics. And from
Uh-huh.
there, when Rick James' voice fell in that place, I was like, okay, now he's a feature. You know,
Yeah.
I
And
got
it's
a feature
interesting
now.
because you go in and out, and it's like, is that Anthony right there, or is that Rick right there?
No, I was just, what I did when I sang it, I sung it in in his spirit, in the spirit
Uh-huh.
of Rick James, and I took my vocals and I used my chest voice. For
Uh-huh.
those who don't know, this
Right.
love from the start. That's my
Yeah.
chest. So I had to, I wanted it to be Rick James. I wanted
Right.
to have that, and I've been a big fan since Super Freak and back in the day, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so it was just effortless to
Man.
bring. Yeah.
It is a dope record, and the reason why I love it is because you do have the similarities in voice,
Hmm.
but it's not that that's really what you all are in real life. Like if you listen to Anthony Hamilton, you listen to Rick James, yeah, there could be some similarities, but not really. But the fact that you embodied him on purpose,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's real fun, you know.
Yeah.
So is this the first single to an album
Of
that we get to
course.
hear?
Oh yeah.
Look at God. Look at God.
Yeah. Like it's
Very
been
good.
almost it's about 3 years now,
Yes.
so it's time. But it's a tricky time now. You got to have the right things, saying the right
Mm-hmm.
stuff,
Yeah.
and making people feel good, taking them away from what we're dealing with day to day, and
Yeah.
create a beautiful place where they can go and feel safe.
So are you using some of the concepts? Are you going to give like a Marvin Gaye, what's going on tease, or are you going to try and infuse some of the things that are going on now inside of your material lyrically?
You know, history has shown that wherever I'm at, that's what I do, that's
Mm-hmm.
what I feel, and I'm sure it's gonna come out. I was listening to some music this morning, and it had that Marvin Gaye kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, a guy by the name of Jay Manifest. He had some tracks, and I was just like, this sounds like some Marvin Gaye, like that moment, that movement, that time. So
Yeah.
I'm sure there will be something. I have some now that feel like that. A song
Mm-hmm.
called Mercy.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
That's, whew, yeah, it's
that title alone is something else.
yeah,
I
yeah.
can only imagine what that's about. What's that about?
Mercy is just until until you walk in my shoes,
Sing
you can
now.
never ever 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 sing my blues. Oh, never sing my blues. Have a little mercy.
Come
It's
on,
it's a
falsetto.
really
Yes.
actually I wrote it for the movie Just Mercy,
Oh,
but I
okay.
heard the trailer and it was dealing with the same thing. And it
Mm.
so happened when they asked me to write it, they had already been familiar with a song that was in that place. So
Yeah.
ended up not making the movie, but it's so powerful. You know.
And relevant.
Yeah.
Man, and so relevant.
We just talked about you the other night, Salam Remy and I. There's a
I love
song.
Salam. Yes.
Yeah, he's working on CeeLo's name and
Yeah.
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 But
I'm
he said
excited about that.
he said I'm gonna go get Syleena Johnson and let her put that thing in, and it's your father.
Right.
Your father.
If you all are on that, that's gonna be stupid.
Yeah.
That's gonna be very, very, very stupid.
Yeah, so it's powerful. I
So
was like, oh yeah. I said, oh yeah, she gonna bring that thing.
yeah. I love me some Salam. And what a great idea. And it's fortunate, but it's unfortunate that that record that my father did all the way back in 1969 is still the question that Black men are asking in 2020. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying?
crazy.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah,
And that's what I meant by, like, as artists, is it a responsibility almost for
I
us
think so.
to, you
I
know?
I think we have to. We have to say something. We have to do something, motivate others to do something. I think
Mm-hmm.
when to whom much is given, much is required,
Hello, somebody.
and that's we signed up for it. We were
Yeah,
created for it. We're warriors, and we're
that's
it.
right.
And
Yes.
we go on the front lines and we speak about it and say things that other people can't say.
Yeah.
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 So
And are feeling and don't know how to really work through what they're feeling. So if you
yeah,
put on this good, Anthony Hamilton record, you put on this good Syleena Johnson record, you come
yeah,
up.
yeah, and that's what we have it. So
Yes.
why not use it?
I know that's right. Here's a question that I know probably 95% of the people on this live right now probably already know the answer to this question. And I'm sure you've been asked this question 1,000 times. However, I feel like in this time, it would be dope to know, or just, how can I put this? So I know you've been in this industry for a real long time. Now, this is going to be a loaded question. And I know that your start wasn't easy. I know you have basically built yourself from one place all the way to another without compromising who Anthony truly is, like your vocals and everything. Like, you are one of the most oh man, what's the word? Like, just you're so expanded as a soul artist. You know, you don't really see, like, you know, soul artists like us get the kind of notoriety and just be so expanded inside of the music business. Now, black people, black people, white people, actually all people, we love your voice, we love your music. It's unique, unlike anyone else. But how has that journey been for you to keep that unique voice that not everybody always can understand all the time, and stay true to your craft and gift through all the trials and tribulations to have yourself here? You know what I'm saying? Because you came in the game, you was doing your thing for a long time, but it was like in your 30s that you really started to like turn up. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of people out here probably like, man, I've been hustling for a long time and it still ain't happening. Like, at what point in your career were you just like, I'm just gonna keep going? I don't care what nobody say. You know, this is what God gave me. This is my calling. I gotta keep doing my thing. And now here we are today. You are the Anthony Hamilton. So what was that thing? You know, what was that point in your life where you were like, I'm gonna keep going? And what can you tell people who are probably in a place where they think they're tired and they feel like quitting and giving up before they get to the Anthony Hamilton that you are now, the Anthony Hamilton status that you are now? I know that's a loaded question.
No, it's okay. It was good stuff. You have to have passion. Has to outweigh fear.
Come on, say that again.
You know what I mean? Passion.
Say that one more time.
Passion has to outweigh fear.
That's a word.
If you love something enough, you'll go to bat for it. If you love a woman enough, you'll fight anybody for it. If you love a man enough, you'll fight anybody for it. So you gotta make sure that passion and that love is outweigh fear, and know that it's not a mistake for you to love something so much, especially if it's something healthy and if it's something that makes you better, makes you feel beautiful and powerful. You have to fight for it. And when music was changing, my way of fighting, you know, I had people to come in and put me on their team, like Rick Ross or Jadakiss or Nappy Roots. All the rap community, they took me in. It was like, all right, my brother's out there fighting. I need another soldier. I need a soldier on this song with me. So I'd go and fight, with other folk, doing music for other people, collaborating with other people. And, that just gave me another end. It gave me another look. It's almost like, okay, we're going to bring him over here with Nas. We're going to put him in some Nas outfit. But he's still Anthony Hamilton.
Right.
We're going to put him over here. And, so just having that the whole community, musical community embracing me allowed me to have more opportunity to reinvent myself, my same true self, and to go on through music. And just writing, being a writer, you can write for other people. You have soundtracks and certain things. But it wasn't until like 2003, right before Coming From Where I'm From came out, I was like, you know what? I don't give a damn about no outfit. I don't care about shaving. I don't care if it's falling out. They can call it raggedy. They can make memes about it. I don't give a damn. Here I am. Take me as I am. And, and the music started sounding different when I stopped worrying about all that stuff. Stopped shaping my hair up and stopped putting on outfits. The music, it was just about the music. It's like, this is what I got. This is who I am. So.
I love that energy about you. I feel like in the industry, there were times, Sheree, can you turn that water off? There were times, that's loud.
You like me, I can't take it. Yeah, when I'm at home and the
I'm getting
kids
old.
there, I be like, hey, shut it
Yeah,
down.
exactly.
Now,
Oh, that's the skillet. Okay. I
she
feel
frying.
like
Oh, she cooking it for
she frying up
real.
some. She cooking some salmon in there.
Woo!
She sauteing some good old salmon. So we can cook some
Praise the
salmon.
Lord, everyone, all the same.
So I agree with I identify with staying true to yourself.
Hmm.
There were times in the industry where I was afraid to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because especially on Jive Records, that wasn't always favorable. You know what I'm saying? In the industry during that time tried to really box you. So what was it about? What was the technique that you used to not allow fear,
Hmm.
okay, then, to compromise who you truly were and who you truly wanted to be in this game? You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many people that could have said, oh, no, Anthony, you need to do this type of song and you need to write this type, and this is what's hot right
Yeah,
now. And you know what I'm saying? So, like, you came out in the eras of the R. Kellys and the
yeah.
Tanks and the Joes and all of that. So they could have easily tried to make you be, even when Music Soul Child out, you still was very different from him.
Hmm.
So what was the process of really being adamant about separating yourself and being true to the sound that we know as Anthony Hamilton?
You know, and I've been there where I felt like I wanted to change it up a little bit. I can't say
Mm-hmm.
because you want to be mainstream, you want to be popular, you want to be
Mm-hmm.
loved, you want to be, universal with the music.
Yeah.
But just knowing that, man, I've touched somebody's life before with this
Mm-hmm.
sound,
Mm-hmm.
and it had more of an impact when I did it this way.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta just trust it enough and pray to God, like, God, I know you didn't give me, this is not a mistake. This gift is not a mistake.
Right.
And then, I sang the hell out of it.
Well, that's for sure.
You gotta, once you do
You
that,
definitely did that.
if you do that and you got great music, great songs, and give people something that they can really, like, what you said, gnaw on, back where I'm
Uh-huh.
from, something they can gnaw on, and and it makes them feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Then they'll, there's a space for it. You gotta
Mm-hmm.
you gotta make it. It's almost like, how you need Heinz ketchup.
Mm-hmm.
There's no substitute for Heinz ketchup. You can get this. Okay, that ketchup is a little too sweet.
You get some hunts.
Get
Okay.
some. Yeah, you can get that. But whatever the brand you really really love, if it's consistently good to you, you're gonna keep on. You're gonna keep on with it, and you're gonna keep.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a supply and demand,
Yeah.
and you gotta create something that people demand, and
Yeah.
it's gotta feel that good to them. Like, if I was to do something that wasn't as true and as bold and as black and as R&B and soulful as what I do
Mm-hmm.
now, it'll fizzle out. It'll been
Yeah.
watery, like, yeah, it's cute. You know what I mean? It's cute.
Right. And then it might not have matched who you like, not just not matched who you truly are, but it might not even match the soul that's in your tone. Like
Yeah.
you could just hum and that shit is different than you know what
Like,
I'm saying, than
yeah,
somebody else humming. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Not to say better or worse, but just it's
different.
different.
Hmm.
And it tells a different story. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Now somebody in the feed, my sister's in here, she's Syleena.
Oh yeah.
She say the live show is definitely one of the things, and I agree with her
Yeah. That
100%.
that
Your
that.
live show sets you apart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell, I ain't had one in so long. I forgot about that component.
Me too. Me too. It's very sad, and I hate it. Yeah.
Can I get a mic anywhere?
Just please, and
At the
3-4 fans.
at the nail bar, Target, wherever I sing right here. Yeah, my live show, like, I really give. Like, if you like the song on the record, you're gonna love it when you come to the show, because there's so much more energy and so much more
Hmm.
spirit behind it, and
Yeah.
that makes people want to listen to the song again, and
Hmm.
it helps propel you, into the hearts of people, and it's a group effort. The singing Anthony, the
Hmm.
writing Anthony, and the performing Anthony. So we all get together. We're like, all right, huddle. We got to go. Look, it's all we got.
Yeah. Everybody got to show up at the same time.
Show up.
We ain't got
Show
time
up,
for it.
man. Show up.
Speaking of showing up, the Hamiltons used to show up all the time. Okay,
And show out.
Listen to me.
I just got a text from the tallest one, Lilo. He just, boss man, let me talk. I need to talk to you when you got some time. Not long ago.
What they doing? Because they've been turning up. They a whole night. What was the moment where you decided y'all need to be a group?
You know what? It was creating itself, and the fact that these three amazing vocals were so incredibly soulful, and they harmonized together, and they blended and worked well together. I was like, and the chemistry on and off the stage it's just a perfect group of fellows who had that thing. Each individual had their own star that shined, and vocally they were different, but it blended. When they came together, it was just like,
man,
you can't do nothing with them.
So, but now they got to go be by themselves, and then now you don't have them no more. Or do you have 3 new people, or?
I have 3 new guys that go by the Solos, SOULOS, and these young guys are talented too. They're talented brothers. Yeah.
So is that your thing?
Dane is church.
Dane the church. Okay.
No, they got it in them, but it ain't. It's a different style of church. It's the Hamiltons were more Kojic and
Pentecostal.
Had a little liquor. They came from the church where you smoke cigarettes and come in there. We ain't gonna be before you long. Dump the cigarette out on the sidewalk, and then go in there smelling like liquor. I used to smell it. I didn't say nothing. At the anniversary where they sang all day. So that's where the Hamiltons from. The other guys, they're from the church, Southern Baptist. They got it in them that they can sing.
They got the Holy Ghost.
Yeah, they got it in them.
But it's more wholesome.
Ain't as much liquor.
Right.
It might be Patron. It might be something not as
some wine.
That brown. It wasn't that brown. But it's good though. It's good.
So is that the thing? Like, because that's kind of dope. Like, people now like, man, I need to sing for Anthony Hamilton because you turn into a whole group singing when you get your whole life together and go about your business singing with Anthony. Is that your intention now, to just kind of utilize that space to obviously go on the road with you and enhance your show, but then to eventually move on to do their own thing?
You have to let people go, man. They earn their wings, and you have to let them fly. And you support that, and that's what it's about,
Yeah.
And hopefully they'll do it for somebody else. So when the Solos get to that place where it's time for them to do their thing, and they got the fan base is built up, which people are starting to really love them, then it's going to be time for them to go and do what it is, they were called to do. And then there'll be 3 other, or it might be 3 women the next time, So, or 2 guys and a girl, or 2 girls and a guy. It just depends on that blend I'm looking for, wherever I'm at musically, what's needed. And it's just a recycling door. Like, you come in. Hamilton University, come through here and get your
Hamilton and get it going.
And get
a good degree and a good career all at the same time.
and you get your per diem on time.
And you get your per diem.
You get the $35 a day. You get it. Don't get it. Don't spend it up at one time, because you're going to be hungry next week. You want to go on lobster and shrimp it all out? Go ahead. You're going to be barking come Wednesday.
So I can't deal with it. So in these live shows, see, now my face hurts.
Oh man, you still good.
Thank you very much. I'm trying to preserve myself out here.
You've done it. You've done quite well.
I'm trying to do my thing. Thank you, Anthony.
You're welcome, love.
Now down to these live shows. Okay. I know that we ain't been able to get out to this here stage. But have you had any ideas in your mind floating around? Like, because I've been like, I can't wait to get to the stage. I'm about to try this or try that. So because your show, I've seen your show a couple of times, 1,000 times, and it's just, I love it. I remember one time you came on stage and you had crutches. I remember your leg was messed up. It was down to the Eric crown.
Yeah. I done tore my
You said,
knee
look
up.
here. Yeah, you said, look here, we singing regardless. I'm gonna sit here with this cane
Hey,
and
yeah.
I'm gonna do, and the show was still off the chain.
Thank you.
So are there any ideas that you've gotten in this moment of just kind of not being able to do it, but being like, man, I can't wait till I get out there so I can try this?
Yeah, there are a lot of ideas. Even like lyrical dancing, like having a lyrical dance.
Mm-hmm.
A woman who could dance, and just certain songs are beautiful.
Uh-huh.
It's almost like a violin. It's like a human violin or something on stage. I want
So
to try
having
that.
like a woman dance with, oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
certain
pretty.
moments,
Yeah.
and to use the screen. I haven't used the screen yet, and
Yeah.
to use that to have these images that paint
Mm-hmm.
pictures and take the song even deeper. Thinking about that,
Yeah.
you know.
That's
I'm
pretty.
I've been saving my budget. Yeah, you can't spend it except for the grocery
Man.
store.
Right.
If I buy another loaf of bread, I for him and Lord. Him and Lord. Look, I'm so tired of bread. Look, I'm so tired of buying bread. I'm gonna start taking the ends off.
I've been taking the ends off.
Look, and I'm gonna put it in a bag. You better go in there and use that. Make you some sandwich strips.
The grocery store is the club right now. That's all we got.
Man, look, I swear. Hey, I know that was you. I seen that. That's a boy.
It's the
Yeah,
club.
it's crazy.
It's all we got. It's the groceries and our masks. That's all we got.
All we got. It's been kind of cool though to slide in certain places. Every now and
And
again,
don't nobody
people
know
know.
because you got the mask.
Yeah, but if I say something, they'll be like, I knew that was you. I heard your voice.
Uh-huh.
All right, spooky lady. Go on here, spooky lady. I knew the dude. See, I knew the dude was you. I heard your voice. Get on away from me, lady.
Oh my God. Okay.
Mm-mm.
We have questions. The people are going to ask questions in a minute. Y'all, if y'all want to ask Anthony some questions, you can put it in this here little box right here. These little boxes down here. That's what we click on for the people to ask questions.
All right.
And if you haven't heard his new single, you need to go down to the iTunes because that's where I heard it and got it. It's called Back Together. It's a good time, and it's real old school, and it's got this good vibe to it. It's lit.
Thank
So
you.
let's take some questions, Anthony, because you're gonna have
Okay.
my face out here hurting. Hold the line. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's a good question. Okay. Diane Marie, she said, was your song Syleena a real experience or was it fiction?
Actually, it was a real situation, and but her name is not Charlene. It was at a
Oh, okay.
place. It was at a time when it was almost like I had to. It's almost like I was put in a position where I had to choose love over my music, and music is gonna always win because it's who I am. It's like if I give away music, then I'm no good. Ain't nobody gonna want me. I'm gonna be miserable. You gonna be miserable.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a relationship that was, a lot of love in it. But I had to go and do my music. That's just where I was. But I didn't want to lose it. But I knew that it would always be a competition between that and me.
Mm. And
Not even trying to be. When you love
uh-huh.
somebody, you just want them there. But it was going to get unbalanced.
Do you find yourself, I know you spoke, we know you're a writer. Do you find yourself using most of your experiences in your music all the time, or do you try to stay away from it sometimes?
My last album, like I had gone through a divorce and all. So they want to say, I don't hear what you're going through in your music. I don't want to hear that shit.
Why?
Well, at that time, I just wanted to, I didn't feel like it. But eventually, I started singing. Mark Basson did a song called Walk in My Shoes. And I spoke totally about it. I spoke about that, getting arrested, losing it.
You got arrested? What you get arrested for?
Drinking and driving, just running from myself at that moment. And it was,
My God,
you know,
today.
it was a time where God had to expose me because he had
Mm,
talked to me in private. And then, you know, I was listening, but I wasn't listening like I should. So it's like, you know what? I'm
mm-hmm,
gonna expose you, and you're
mm,
gonna have to get it together. And you know, just was hiding and running from it, and just all that stuff that comes with life. At that moment, I wasn't being my best me, but I
mm.
got it together.
Right. That's, hey man, we go through this, and this
Yeah,
thing is ebbs and flows.
yeah,
We all we can do is the best we can. It's not about what the fall, it's about to get up.
yeah,
So
yeah. I had never been arrested or none of that. I was like, I ain't never gonna get arrested. They said never say never.
okay.
Yeah, but you know,
And now this question right here is right on time. This is
mm,
Carla Cannon. She said, Anthony, how have you remained sane during this time, and hell, during that time too? How did you remain sane through it all?
you know what? Just knowing I got a purpose, and
Mm-hmm.
my kids are so important to me. I don't want
Mm-hmm.
them to be without having a real father and showing examples
Mm-hmm.
of like what a man should really be. You know, in spite of
Mm-hmm.
your downfalls and your pitfalls, like you are still that man that you've been chosen to be. And I had to keep a balance in my life, um,
Yeah.
and keep myself. You got to have some integrity. You got to live
Yeah.
a certain way too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not perfect. I'm not without
Mm-hmm.
flaws or sins, but the core of who I am is deep rooted in love and in God and
Mm-hmm.
in family and that stuff. I don't want to let God down, my family down, and I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
let myself down.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And that's the basic. Well, for most people, that's just the basic for everybody. That's the foundation. When you
You
have a
gotta have it.
foundation,
Yeah,
that you just go back to the drawing board. We gonna fuck up. We keep fucking up. We were
yeah,
born into sin.
yeah.
So yeah, all you can do is just. But see, that's where I think that's where the lesson is. That's where the strength is. That's where
It
the
is.
building is. That's where the growth is. How are we supposed to know how to be better if we have nothing to show us how to be better? You know what I'm saying?
Like
I mean,
if you're born in perfection, then you don't know what the other side looks like. So
then
you
there's
gotta get
that.
you gotta get right so
You
you
got
can
to.
identify with what's wrong. Um,
Mm.
and how
Okay,
I
let's
stay
see what else.
sane nowadays, I
Mm-hmm.
ride my bike. I go for bike rides, I hang out with my kids. I've had so much patience, I guess, because I'm getting more rest.
Mm-hmm.
So I got more patience with them, and even the kids, you know, we vibrate
Okay.
different in this time, so they give me more peace, um, and
Mm-hmm.
I give them more love. So,
Okay. Well, here's another question that is right along the lines of that as well. This is
hmm
Charles A. Hamilton said, "Do you want to get married again, and are you interested in having even more children?" Okay, no.
no, no, you know what? Marriage, yeah, but
Kids?
I got
Mm-mm.
6 sons. My oldest son is, he's 31. I started very
Damn.
young. I was just turning 17.
Mm.
Then, I got a 29 and 23-year-old. Then my youngest just turned 8, and the twins are about to be 10.
Wow.
I've done the father thing. If I gotta love you, and I gotta know you down for the long haul, and we gotta have a special love for me to
I know that's right.
come out of retirement.
on
Oh,
the marriage
I
side?
don't all that party training. I don't feel like it.
Yeah, no.
Oh my
Carrying,
God.
carrying
Oh
carriers and all
Lord, you
that
crying?
foolishness.
What you crying for? I don't want to hear that
Yeah,
noise now. You get older, man. You don't want
yeah.
to hear that. It's getting to a place now where it's peaceful. I don't want to hear that noise. So there's some good women who ain't married who got kids already.
It really is. And see, there's a
We'll
lot of women
recycle
that
that
think
thing. We'll recycle it.
that's all right. Just bring them on in, long as they good. It's all to the good. But that's a good thing because a lot of women feel like, oh, well, it's hard to find a good man because I got kids. Well,
Mm.
everybody look here. Anthony said, look here.
Long
Bring
as
them
they
in already ready.
yeah, long as they ain't trouble, where it's gonna affect the whole house. If the experience is so far gone where it's just gonna be toxic, I don't want no part of it. I
I
help
know
out
that's
what I
right.
can, but I ain't got nobody got time for that. No. You should have beat them early. Well, whoop them early. You can't say beat no more because they
You
think
can't
you're gonna
say
just
me.
beat them.
Yeah. They've been got the DCFS to be down to the Instagram live and we'll all be in trouble.
Yeah, oh, man. That's what's wrong now. They'll spank them butts.
Get a good old whooping.
Boy, I used
Let
to
me
get
see.
I got plenty.
Oh yeah. I
Woo!
got toe up. I
Oh,
got
God.
toe up.
Switching.
Let's see what else the people got to say. This is a good. Oh no, let's see. Here we go. Big Meech 7109 says, "What lessons did this business teach you that you pass on to your children?" That's a good question.
What lesson this business has taught me? You have to be about your business. It can't just be, you can't come into it blind. You have to
Mm-hmm.
study what you're going into. Always be prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Be prepared as a businessman, and you have to read the fine lines. You have to
Mm-hmm.
read those contracts, and those things are something. One word can change the whole meaning,
Man,
can tear your life apart.
man, like the
Um,
word universe, how they be throwing that shit in there all the time.
all
Throughout the
that.
universe.
Yeah, yeah,
A fool.
yeah. So doing that, being, reading and having an understanding of what you're going into, you have to have patience.
Mm-hmm.
Anything worth having, you have to put the time in. And relationships are key.
Mm-hmm.
Who you are as a person, I don't care about your talent, but you as a person, you have to be a good person, or
Yes,
nothing's going to work out for you. And if
that's
it
real
does,
talk.
eventually you'll be working it alone, and it takes a team to make
Yep.
this thing happen.
That's a word. That
Yeah.
is a real word. Spliff Stars told me on the set of one of my videos, and I never forgot it to this day. He told me it's nice to be important, Syleena, but it's important to be nice.
Yes. To my spliff with
Yeah,
Crystal.
Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spliff
Yeah.
told me that I never forgot that it ever, and that has reigned true. And
Hmm.
relationships that I have solidified back then are some of the relationships that put food on the table
Hmm.
now.
Yeah.
Just on the relationship, just for keeping, just for being a good person, like
Yeah.
you said, and making sure you don't burn all these here bridges where don't nobody want to work with you, don't nobody want to be with
Yeah.
you. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
That's hard because, people are just, they'll call on you because they know they can trust you in that
Hmm.
space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That this person gonna come in and they're gonna represent where we are and what we're doing, and
Hmm.
you can trust them. You want
Now,
people
are
to be
you
able
one
to
of those?
trust. Huh?
Are you one of those type of people that's on time? You know what I'm saying? Like very punctual and like,
Um,
what is your professionalism routine? What is your professional routine?
you
Something
know,
you live by?
I'm better. I'm better now with being on time because I'm such an artist. Like my so I could be getting dressed for 17 hours and be like, oh Lord, I only got 10 minutes to walk to the room. Uh,
Uh-huh.
uh, but I'm so much better now. When you
Hmm.
get a lot of clutter out your life, you could be a lot better, more efficient. My
Hmm.
routine is on show days. I wake up, I have breakfast, and I do hang out with the guys, sound check. But toward showtime, about an hour or so before showtime, I want everybody out. Just leave me be. If you come in, be quiet. If you want something to drink, but just I don't really feel like talking because I know I'm about to give a
Hmm.
lot.
Right.
And then hour before, I nap off, nod off, or whatever I'm doing. Then after showtime, when it comes to during the week, I try to get up and do something toward my my craft and my career. Uh,
Hmm.
a couple strong hours during the week. Um,
Hmm.
whether it's listening to some music or checking my emails frequently,
Hmm.
making sure I don't miss no opportunities. Because
Hmm.
you get to a place when you come, our status, you have you have people, you have managers and stuff, and they kind of tell you, okay, you got this, you got that, or remind you.
Yeah.
But some days you have to take it upon yourself to
Hmm.
help manage yourself.
Right.
Make sure you're not missing something, because if they miss something and you miss it, then we all miss it.
We all a fool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So just trying to be aware that I have responsibilities, like
Mhm.
checking the emails, making sure my sites are up and running and things are, and I'm
Mhm.
communicating with my fans. So
Mhm.
just putting in the time and the work.
Now this is a good question. It's not in the box, but this young lady P-E-E-U-N-T, she has a good question. She says, "What are other business ventures? What are some of the other business ventures that you have? Now I know you have a cookbook. You have like a cookbook, singing book. But then what are some of the other things that you either are already doing and working on or want to work on?" I'm gonna
But
take this earpiece off because it's stupid.
my headline, House of Fedoras. I had that in the works, and the percentage that they wanted to present to me, and that they felt like they wanted to give to me, I got to a place right before production. I was like, you know what, that ain't enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
I deserve more. Like, I can't sell myself short. So I'm regrouping that and gonna, you know, start that over. I have the touring company. It's my touring company.
Mm.
My publishing company that I self-published my own book with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that. What else am I doing? Most of my stuff now is more entertainment based. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm about to get more into real estate. Um, and just, some stuff I do is nonprofit, like speaking
Mm-hmm.
to people's lives,
Uh-huh.
being a mentor to some kids and stuff like that, which I think is important as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like that's going to be the next act? The next act in Anthony Hamilton's life, like just speaking and pouring into other people's lives and kind of mentoring, or will music always? You feel like music will always be there, regardless of what that next evolution for you is?
Yeah, speaking, doing a lot of, encouraging people is so important nowadays, because we're facing a lot, and this generation is not really built like the old generation. Like, there's some things in the new generation that that's so amazing,
Mm-hmm.
but there's some things that are kind of missing from the old days, like like the type of leadership we had back then. I think now it's a little different. I think because there was leadership in numbers back then. So now that we're trying and we're learning to come together in numbers, I see now
Mm-hmm.
the the things that are happening right now. I think we're on our way, but
Yeah.
I just want to be there to just sow some seeds and do some of the work and be a part of that growth and bring
Yeah,
things
I mean,
together.
I mean that to me, it is a natural progression for you,
Mm-hmm.
considering you have six boys, six sons. I mean, nobody nobody knows how to talk to young men like you do. I mean, you got them from 29 all the way to babies. So,
Man, listen.
man, you would be able to really sow some real powerful seeds in
Yeah,
young men's life,
yeah.
and being a man yourself.
I have a foundation that I call Taste. It's
Mhm.
Take a Step to Elevate, which I'm about to
Mm.
do a lot of things like that. I'm gonna start with black men and boys, and
Mhm.
but we're definitely gonna do some things for women as well. I think once we get the men and the boys together, the women will have more relief anyway. So,
Right, child.
oh,
Can
child,
somebody
oh,
come get
child,
y'all?
oh, I'm so well. Oh, yeah, thank you, Anthony. Thank you. So,
Okay, let's take some more questions. There's
all
about
right.
5,000 questions in here, child, and people
Mm.
want to know. Ooh, this is a good old question. Hold the line now, Evanston Live TV. They said, have you had to do business with a racist? And if so, how'd you get through it? Or racism, period, in this industry?
Yeah, I think we all have. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, you take the high road. You know, you have to know, like, okay, evidently that's something you want from me.
Mm-hmm.
And evidently that's something that you may be able to do for me. So we're gonna put that aside. As long as you're not disrespectful and saying anything out talking sideways out your mouth,
Mm-hmm.
we can get this business. We can wash our hands and keep it moving. You
And
know
go
what I mean?
about our business. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do our business. You go on about your business. But if I can do business with us, then I I like to keep it in the family. I like doing black business.
Yeah.
Not saying I won't do business with someone outside of the black community, but
Mm-hmm.
if your spirit is not right, then I don't really need you. That's
I
somebody.
know that's right.
You know what I mean? That's somebody else who can do the same thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I do feel, I've always felt that, we black people need, there needs to be some form of obligation towards each other as much as we can, because just because you black don't mean that you run business good and you can help and be good, because that ain't got nothing to do with trifling. There's some trifling black folks out here. Okay. And I'm just gonna go and say it. I don't care what the hell they say, and I'm not ready to jeopardize my growth because you out here terrible. But
tear behind football if you let them hold it long enough.
Okay.
Tear it down.
I'm just saying. Now, I know, and we try to. So that's another thing. I'm glad that you said that, because we do try. We try to we gravitate towards our own people. I know I do. You know. But I found that right now, and I don't know about you, Anthony, but even though black people might be off the chain, I still feel in a way just more comfortable.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I'm trying to really just work with them or something, because I don't even feel comfortable. Like, for instance, I do yoga, and the lady that run my yoga studio that I teach at, that I trained at, got my certification, she voted for Donald Trump. And she's Russian. Now, I argued with them when he won, and we had a whole argument and everything. But now, if I feel like if I go in there and she say something wrong, I'm going to cuss her out, and then it ain't going to be good.
Yeah. Put them paws on her.
You see what I'm saying? I'm going to put these paws on her. So now, do you feel like, man, when I get back out there, bet not one sound man say nothing wrong, bet not one...
I feel like that now.
Like, it's different now.
I'm looking at all my white friends and the boys who I thought were friends. I'm looking at them like, I'm looking at their IGs. Like, you ain't put the black box up? Okay. Don't call me.
Okay.
Like, if you ain't saying nothing or doing something about something, you have an opinion about it, don't talk to me. That might be wrong, but that's how I feel right now. I don't care.
That's today. On today, that's how we feel.
All last week and the week before and this week. I don't think it's gonna stop before Friday.
Definitely not before Friday.
You better start posting. You better put up something. No.
You better put a BLM page up or something.
Like, I would have posted. They don't want their other friends. They don't want their other friends to know it. The Trump supporting friends to know it.
Right.
I don't care. Beat it.
Yeah.
Beat it.
I'm telling you.
Please go out and vote. I don't care what you just vote. Vote.
Talk about it. Talk about it, Anthony, please. What do you tell your friends, or not even friends, because I tell people, if you don't vote, you ain't my friend, unfollow me. I don't want to talk to you.
Unfollow me, go on about your business.
Go on about your business?
Because you be the main one complaining, but you ain't doing nothing about it.
Yeah, come on.
So shut up.
Shut it up.
When you don't when something don't go your way and this happened and that happened, shut up. You agreed with it. You on that side.
That's right. A no vote. I told somebody the other day, I said, you out here talking about white people that's being quiet, that their silence makes them just as guilty. Well, if you don't vote, that's silence, because you're not using your voice to change the situation. So you just as guilty for some shit if it go wrong. If we down to a pandemic next year, it's your fault. Exactly. If we win and we jammed up next year, it's your fault.
Exactly. You the one, you help prolong the corona. Damn. It's a dang on shame. We walk around here in masks. I'm like, it's 2020. We walk around in masks. I'm looking around at people. I'm like, this is a whole hot mess.
A hot one.
Hot microwave in a plastic bag hot mess.
It's crazy. It's surreal. And
Man.
we are not to mention are we in a pandemic, but we are suffering from police brutality and racial injustice, and watching people protest. They got to go outside their good house and protest this foolishness in the middle of a pandemic under a president who, mind you, is impeached. We ain't gonna win right now. We got to get to the polls in November. That's it.
Yeah, man.
That's it.
That's crazy. Because he don't even care about his own people. He cares about them.
Ooh, he don't.
Yeah, he don't care about them. I mean, you know, his racist views and that racist spirit, you know, he doesn't care about nothing but success and money.
It's a fool.
You know what
And
I mean?
and if you're white and you're lower class, or I don't even know lower class, if you are,
he don't want nothing to do with it. He don't want
you. If you're white and you're not rich and a billionaire like him, if you're middle class and you white, he don't care about you either.
No, you're garbage to him. You're beneath him.
Yeah.
And that's just the spirit he has.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't even want to get depressed. Let's move on to somebody that's got something happy to say. Let me see.
Look at them all out here walking. Look at them with their privileged lives, just walking.
A fool.
All that just shopping. I'm like, I would feel uncomfortable to feel as safe as some of these white people feel, just walking about their lives without having to worry. Like, I was like, it would be hard for me to sleep at night. But keep going. Yeah. Let's talk about a cartoon.
No, but that's real talk.
Yeah.
When I wake up lately, and I had to catch myself, automatically it's stress. And I tell people, like, y'all don't understand, Black people, we suffer from PTSD. Like, we have PTSD every single day, just based on, like, if the police pull up on the side of me as a Black woman, automatically I'm 10 and 2. I'm making sure I got my seatbelt on, even though that ain't even good enough no more. But just the anxiety that we have to endure on a day-to-day basis just for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
Just no apparent reason. It's really something else, I tell you. And I'm just glad to see a lot of white people are like, they sick of it too. They sick of it.
And for once in the history of all this, they, I mean, they've been there, but now, I mean, I see people in India and Ukraine and all these places all around the world.
Yeah. In New Zealand,
everywhere.
We've never seen that. So maybe, now that we're seeing that, some change will really start to happen. I know it's going to take a time, it's not going to change tomorrow, but at least, we'll see some differences. And then in Black people, when that happens, okay, then we have to do the intercultural work on our own, because we can't lie to each other now. We have been mistreating each other as well.
And like, it's just so crazy. It's like, what if there's something that happened? If there's something crazy, like, we can't keep killing our soldiers and the mothers and all the people that we need. We need y'all. We need all the ones we got,
Yeah, that's real talk.
We gotta love. We gotta see yourself. If you love yourself, you gotta see yourself in that other person, and know that they might have kids. Like, you just can't take somebody away from their family. You know what that feels like.
Right. How these people just out here taking folks from their family?
Like, don't you want to go home to your family? It matters to you. But some people are so hurt and so much dark, so much inside that needs to be healed and cleansed and purged, that they're just toxic and walking around here toxic. So we gotta love on them.
That's
we gotta love them back.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what the people saying. Okay, let's lighten it up, child, because we
look. Man, we speed through the parking lot. That's 5, 10, 15, 20 points. I'm adding points.
Oh my God. Okay. Here's a good question. It's very light. This is Lynn Mo 225. She said, what is the one thing that you want to learn how to do that maybe you have not done yet?
One thing I want to learn how to do that I haven't learned yet. Play piano.
Mm-hmm.
Play piano will be so dope. I can sit on stage and play like "Pass Me Over" and certain songs that have that,
Mm-hmm.
where I can just play it and then just go there in that space.
Yeah.
And learn how to make lace fronts disappear without hurting nobody's feelings. Just poof.
That is a fool.
And nobody's feelings. I just, it scares me. That spider
It's
web
some
looking
good ones
thing.
though. It's some good ones.
It's
They
just
gotta
right.
get the good glue.
Yeah, but they got the outside on. They got the inside on the outside. It's just something weird right around that front. And keep some of these brothers from over Beijing in their beards and stuff.
We got to get to Beijing out of here.
Look at this. Look, I'm going. Look, I don't care.
All you gotta do now is just get you a good little man lace front and just
put it right here. Comb it up, swoop it up.
Somebody told you to mind your own business on here. I know that's a black woman. She said, mind your own business now.
I love you though. I'll even grease the lace front scalp. Scalp of it. I'll grease it. I'll be scared, but I agree. I'll tell you. It look like, I don't know, it look like dead skin. It's spooky.
Oh my God.
But I love you, black women. I love you. I would, I'll take it. I'll take it. Put your hat on, pull your hat down on that thing. Right?
Oh my God. Okay. Okay, let me get one last question. Now, Anthony, when are we going on tour? Because I'm sick of it. We should have been on tour. This is a fool.
You got a whole live TV show. We can just do it at the studio.
That don't mean nothing.
Let's go. I mean,
hey, one TV show.
We already got the duet, so why not?
I know that you got the touring company now. You got to get it going because you got the touring company.
Okay. Well, let's talk about it for real. What
does the touring company entail? Like, how is this a company? Talk to us about the touring company.
Well, it's soul trucking. It's my touring. I book myself through me, and if there's any time where I need to create my own series of shows, it'll go through my company.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's a good time.
So
then that means you can book the tour, okay? And then you can put me on it.
Hey, let's do it. I got
the woman out.
I gotta get some more shows, get the funds back up. But you got investors and stuff, and people who know that when it comes to showtime, that my fans come out. And thank y'all for coming out and making it possible.
Well, we can't wait till you get back out. I can't wait till we can get back out here and sing in a real place and for the real people, man. Because that's real fun. I actually do. I have moments where I have withdrawals and I be missing it and I be like, dang, I feel crazy. Like,
yeah.
I ain't been on stage. This is crazy, just trying to keep busy and, fill yourself up with other stuff. But I am so happy that you have a new project because I've been waiting on it.
Thank you.
And y'all get his new single. It's called Back Together and it's awesome and it's
Rick
fun.
James.
It's Rick James, bitch. And I mean,
I'm sorry. I keep trying to tell him.
and it's love and it's light and it's a break from this pain that we're enduring every day. So
and the
it's
video,
so music.
The video as well. It's a cartoon video, animated video.
Oh, that's fun.
You can play it for your kids. It's beautiful, and it's just necessary right now. So make sure y'all go and view that video on YouTube or wherever It's great.
Well, we will make sure we do that. Anthony, thank you so much for talking to me today.
Always a pleasure. We always have
my whole face. My whole face is hurting. I hate you.
The whole tour will be there. So.
Oh my God, I can't.
We have to give massage.
We're gonna get nothing done. They're gonna be like, introducing Anthony Hamilton.
Oh man. I was like, hold on. Look, I had to hold on. Like, hold the intro for about 5 more minutes.
Well, I'm telling you, that would be so much fun. So
Thank
Just keep
you.
me in mind, man. And I'm so excited. And God bless you. And
Bless you
may
too.
He be with everything that's coming with your new project and your new album. We've all been waiting for it. So be safe out there. Stay
You
sucker
too.
free
Thank you. Yeah.
and corona free.
Yes, yes, yes. Y'all be good. Love y'all. Thank you.
Bye, Anthony.
Bye, baby.